Good day, everyone listening. Today, I will take you through a comprehensive and deeply researched guide on how to obtain a building plan approval in Abuja. This presentation is built strictly on verified and updated information from the FCT Development Control Department, the statutory agency responsible for processing this application. Whether you are a developer, architect, property investor, or consultant, this session will provide you with all you need in simple and actionable language. Let's now move over to the slides for more interactive section. Okay, our first point of call is to answer this very important question. Why building plan approval matters? Why is it important that you must get an approval before you commence the building of your house in Abuja? Okay, our first point of call in today's interaction is to answer this very important question that is before us on the screen, which is why building plan approval matters. Why is it important that you must obtain a building plan approval before you commence the development of your property in the FCT? Okay, building plan approval in Abuja is not a luxury. It is a legal mandate under the FCT Urban and Regional Planning Law. Any structure erected without this approval is considered illegal and can be demolished without compensation. Beyond legality, plan approval ensures that the building conforms with the Abuja Master Plan, environmental standards, and urban development goals. So it also protects your investment and is necessary for obtaining loans, leases, and or insurance. So it's a very important documentation going forward. Okay, we'll now take a look at the steps, all the things that you need to put in place in order to succeed in obtaining a building plan approval in Abuja. The first is you must have secured a legal land title, a good legal land title. The foundation of your approval process is the title to your land. It must be good. A valid certificate or right of occupancy issued by the FCT minister and registered at Aegis is the starting point. So you have to ensure that your ground rent is up to date and that there are no encumbrances such as court disputes or ownership conflicts. Without a registered and clean title, no approval can be granted to you. So it's very important that when you are about to make this application, your certificate or right of occupancy must be valid and intact. Then the next step that you have to take in order for you to obtain an approval for your building in the FCT is that you have to engage registered professionals. You have to engage registered professionals. FCT regulations require that your drawings be prepared by professionals licensed to practice in Nigeria. For instance, your architectural drawings must be sealed and signed by an ACON registered architect. The structural and the civil drawings must be endorsed by a current certified engineer. Where applicable, you may also need a land surveyor certified by SOCON. This ensures the integrity and safety of your building design and layout. Very importantly, the safety of you living in that house matters, because if you use wax, then your safety will now be an issue. So it's very important, even without the building approval issue, it's important that you consider your safety, engage professionals so that your life will be secured, because your life matters. Then the next step is that you prepare technical drawings and documents, and you have to use those professionals that we have mentioned earlier. Your technical submission must be professionally produced and detailed. For residential buildings, 4 sets of A3 architectural drawings are mandatory. These include site layout, floor plans, elevations, and sections. For commercial or high-rise structures, structural calculations and mechanical, electrical, plumbing drawings are essential. An environmental impact assessment and soil test reports may be compulsory for larger and sensitive development. So if you can see, everything is all about safety. Safety is the number one issue that they put into consideration before your building is approved. Okay, so the fourth is submission to the Development Control Department. Once you have all the necessary documentation, the next is submission. As of 2024, the FCT Development Control Department has digitized part of the application process. While physical submissions remains standard, applicants are now encouraged to initiate submissions via their official portal. Your submission should include sealed architectural and structural plans, your title documents, tax clearance certificates, and any relevant environmental or geotechnical reports. So once you have all your documentations in place, the next is for you to submit it for proper review. Then after that, after your submission, the next step will be payment of the statutory fees. Once all your documents are reviewed, the Development Control Department issues an assessment sheet for applicable fees. These are based on the size, use, and complexity of your project. For example, a simple bungalow may attract a total fee of about 100,000, while a duplex or commercial property could go way beyond 300,000 naira. So all fees are payable to designated FCT account, and receipt must be presented for further processing. So once that is done, you've completed your documentations, you've made payment. The next is site verification and inspection. The Development Control Department usually assigns an officer to visit your site. Their task is to verify the location, ensure that your plans conform to the plot boundaries, and confirm that no building has commenced. It's not as if maybe when you've already gotten halfway with your building, then you will now go to Development Control for approval. You must ensure that all approvals are gotten even before you start the process. And if the land is encroached upon, or if there is already construction without approval, you may face a sanction, and that will lead to delay in your building or in development of your property. Then after that, after your site has been inspected, the next will now be an approval. It's either you get an approval, or you get a conditional approval, or a total rejection. By the law, the Development Control Department must respond to your application within 60 working days. You may receive a full approval, a conditional approval requiring some changes or amendment to your application, or a rejection. Where your application is rejected, Development Control will give you reasons why your application has been rejected. And you can either appeal or submit an amended application. So it's advisable to work with your consultant to answer to any queries raised. It's better for you to amend your application and resubmit instead of going on an appeal because of the bureaucracy that is inherent in our judicial system. There might be some unnecessary delays in the process. So it's better for you to look at where you have erred so that you can be able to make the necessary adjustment, then resubmit, and hopefully you will now get an approval. Then the building stage inspection is another very important stage in the process of obtaining your building plan approval. Building a plan approval is not a license to build freely, that once you have your approval you can now go ahead and build to whatever test of yours. You must still comply with what the development control expects. You must notify the development control before excavation and again at each stage of construction, especially after casting your foundation, erecting columns, and installing the roof. So at various stages you must inform the development control of what you are about to do, so that they can look at it and ensure that it conforms with their expectation. These inspections ensure that the structure complies with approved plans. Unapproved modifications are considered a violation and may be penalized. It's not maybe penalized, to be penalized. So it's better for you to carry the development department along, so that you will not have any issues along the way, so that once you are done with your development, you know that you don't have any issues with the government. Then the last but not the least is the completion certificates and occupancy. After construction, your building must undergo a final inspection. If found compliant, you may be issued a certificate of completion of fitness for habitation. This certificate is your proof of lawful construction and is essential for leasing, resale, financing, or obtaining property insurance. But for me, the most important thing is safety. The safety of those that are going to habit such structure is very key. So it's very important that you follow the directives of the development control, so that the lives of those that will come into your building will be secured. Then for professional and consultancy fee, beyond the official fee, you will incur professional service costs. Architects and engineers charge according to the scope and complexity. For architects and engineers, depending on the project size, they will charge between the sum of 350,000 to 700,000. It might be beyond that based on the size, but this is what you should have at the back of your mind. And for legal and regulatory compliance, it goes between 300 to 650,000. Now, just like I mentioned earlier, it depends on the size. Once the size is very large, the chances of it increasing is very large. Then for soil test and environmental impact assessment report, the cost is between 350 to 700,000 naira, still depending on the project size. So it's very important. If you hire a regulatory consultant like our firm, you're expected to pay, just like I mentioned earlier, the sum of 300,000 to 650,000 naira, depending on the level, support level. Okay, summary of timeline and cost. On the average, the entire process takes between 3 to 6 months. Delay often results from incomplete submission or non-compliance. So it's very important that you plan ahead and work with professionals that will help you save time and avoid penalties. So that's very important. Then for best practices and common pitfalls. To succeed, you have to engage only Akon and current certified professionals. It's very important so that your application will not be queried. And ensure all documents tally with the numbers and the scales. Never commence building without written approval. If you are unsure, consult a regulatory expert before taking any step. It's very important that you work with experts that will guide you so that you won't make unnecessary mistakes along the way, mistakes that you would have avoided with proper guidance. Okay, thank you for your attention. I'm open to any questions that you might have, whether you are facing title issues, delayed application, or you need support on any of the steps that I have mentioned earlier. Feel free to get in touch with us so that we can be able to help you clarify any issues as we have discussed in this lecture. Okay, for personalized consultation, further guidance and additional resources on how to obtain a building plan approval in Abuja, you can visit our website to access detailed guides, case studies, and expert insights designed to keep you informed of the latest regulatory updates and best practices. You can partner with us to leverage our deep industry knowledge and take the next step towards how you can successfully obtain a building plan approval in Abuja FCT. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to download this presentation for your reference. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more valuable content such as this one. Thank you.